Hello, this is Jerry Jokoy, and I am back. Sorry I haven't been here in a while, but I'm trying to catch up on my knife reviews. I just ordered this in from Amazon, and this is the Eafengrow ef225, and it is a Strider copy. The carbon fiber. They also make the same. I believe it's also a 225, but it's a complete titanium. That one you have to order from China. And I have another one from Tucson coming. I ordered it all the way from China. This was $71, which I think is a steal. I mean, and it's not a what do you call it? If it had Strider on it, if it had the logo, and they were trying to counterfeit Strider, there's no way I would not partake in that. But this is not a company trying to make counterfeit Striders. They're just making a clone of it. Strider's not making them anymore, so I don't have a problem with it. It came really stiff, and it's already loosened up a lot. I know these, the more you work with them, they're phosphorus bronze washers in there, so it's not on ball bearings or anything. Neither were the originals, but this is a heavy use knife, and it came pretty sharp, but let's get here close and I'll show you. I had to put the coarse DMT sharpener on it. There we go. And I put a pretty good edge. I'm proud of that. And here's the other side. Yeah, I put a nice edge on that. And sometimes I get the show side a little different of an angle than the back side, and this one I did really nice. I did a nice job, and it took a good edge, and it came sharp. Like I say, it came like the edge was kind of polished. It felt to me. So like when you run your finger across it, it didn't feel like it would. It didn't feel like it was cutting into the skin, and it would still go through the receipt real well, but it didn't have the edge like I liked, and I had to really work it down to get it all the way. And still, you can see like back here, it on one side, I'd have to sharpen quite a bit more to get it the factory grind out of it, and to me, more than 7/8 of the blade is sharp, and I'm okay with that. That's okay. It is razor sharp, but it's good looking carbon fiber, and look at that titanium. I mean, it's a solid knife. I've never owned a real Strider, and I don't know. I never held one, and I just can't see buying something I've never held that's that much money. But now that I've held this, I can see why people spend so much for them. This is a really functional knife, and it feels good in so many grips. It just feels good any way you hold it. You can choke up on it. It's got the really nice choil up there, and it's a lot of knife. I'll in comparison, I mean, this knife's been around, so putting the specs is kind of redundant, but there's the zero tolerance hinder, and yeah, there's a lot more blade there and a lot more handle, but I'm looking forward to getting the Tucson, and they're probably made in the same factory. Really, I think they are. I mean, I think the Eafengrow got a kind of a bad name because they were saying their knives were D2, and somebody tested them and they weren't. They were that 8 MOV steel, which is still not bad. And if that's what's on here, I'm okay with it. It really sharpened. I could feel it taking an edge. It wasn't just crap steel. I mean, this is decent steel, and those 8 MOVs, I'm okay with them, especially if they're heat treated. I'm okay with that. But for $71, getting all this carbon fiber, titanium, hell yeah. I mean, hell yeah. That's a lot of knife for the money, and no regrets. I can't wait to get the one from Tucson. It shouldn't be more than a few more days. The last I tracked it, it was in L.A. It left L.A. as a matter of fact on the 16th, so it shouldn't be much longer. I'll get in here and let you all have a. It's still a little stiff. I oiled the pivot and I've worked it a little bit, but it's still. I mean, when it came out of the box, it was just really, really stiff. But let's get up here and get real close-ups. And there's no rough edges. I mean, it just feels good everywhere. It really feels good everywhere. A lot of times I can see like the grinds are not symmetrical, and I have yet to find a fault on this one. And I am going to carry it, and I will come back and give my, you know, speaking of that, I have a couple of other knives that I'm, excluding the one I just showed, the zero tolerance Hinder. I'm kind of not liking the way the clip is. The same thing with my Tour 2.0. I'm having a problem with both of those clips, bending out too far, and just, just to show you what I'm talking about. They get loose, they get hung up on something. I had to bend it back, and it was really bent way out, and it was out here like this, so it's not even clipping onto the pants, and I still have to do more work to it. And I'm going to do a review on those things, those issues, but I just realized it today, and I just, anyway, back to this one. Let's just stay focused here, Jerry. Come on. Sorry about that. But it's an unusual pivot. Like I said, I've never had, the Strider, but that pivot is just, at first I was wondering how that worked, but I guess it's a T10, and it does fit in. I don't have a T10 handy, but on this side, it does fit in there, and you can feel it and I'm not going to turn it or tighten it or loosen it or anything. It doesn't need it. So, but in the lockup, let's see. Oh, there we go. The lockup is, I would say, about a quarter of the way, which is pretty good. And it is titanium on steel, which I like. It does kind of have lock stick sometimes. This one isn't doing it, but if it does, that's just more secure. And I like the way that, I mean, if you're holding this in your hand, you're really holding that lock. So yeah, this is a really solid tactical knife. EDC, it's a little large for some people for EDC, but this is the size of knife I like. I like a knife that fills my hand, and this one definitely fills the hand, and it feels good. There's some, I mean, look at all that. Look at all that. Look at that sharpening tool. It's nice, man. It's really, really nice. I even, because it took me so long to sharpen it with that coarse DMT, I thought maybe one of the grinds were not symmetrical, but I really looked at it, put my glasses on, and it really is symmetrical. It might have just been like somewhere right here on the belly. It might have been, one side ground a little bit more than the other, or I don't know, or the bevel could have been, but now the bevel is, I did a really good job. It's not too shabby. So yeah, I'm really liking this. And again, I bought this, the other one I ordered all the way from China, the one from Tucson, all the way from China, and it's taken a long time. This one I got in 2 days, and 71. The Tucson is only $51. So, and it's all titanium, and it might be a little thinner than this, but what is it, Don Quixote? It's really a good looking knife, and it's just machined well. It looks good. I mean, yeah, I have found no faults with this. I mean, they did a really good job. You're getting a lot for the money. Really nice feeling carbon fiber, and yeah, I think it's a lot of knife. So here, and whenever I get the other one, I'll show y'all it too. And I just stumbled across them. I mean, I haven't seen reviews or anything. I have this one. I've seen the Eafengrow, but the Tucson I haven't even seen any reviews. So I don't think a lot of people know about them. And it's just like this. It doesn't have Strider in it, so it's not a, um, it's a knockoff or a clone, but it's not a. Damn it! I just said it a while ago. Where they're trying to impersonate. And I wouldn't. I'm not going to buy a knife that they're making the maker's mark like it's the real thing. That's just BS. People selling those and as the real things. I'm not going to be any part of that. I won't buy a knife that's marked like that. But anyway, this one is. It's very well made, very well finished, and the grinds were. I mean, it came sharp. Um, a lot of knife for the money. I don't know. I mean, some people don't care for budget knives. They want the real thing. I like the real thing too, but I can't always buy $450 and $500 knives. I just can't. So this gives me a knife that I really like and not afraid to use, and I love it. So hope y'all enjoyed the review. I'm glad to be back, and thanks. Y'all take care. Bye.